sad, but like when alumni from this group like something on Twitter or something or on Instagram, it gives me like a little glint of joy.
Fresh out the gate.
You know who you are.
And whenever I see anybody from Sit or another comedy group look at my story and it has something to do with this podcast, I don't know if I'm like embarrassed or proud. Like when I upload these videos, I don't know if I'm embarrassed or proud. Like I don't know what I'm supposed to feel when we're doing
deep
this.
shame.
I love that we're still calling it a podcast.
Commit to the bit.
This is a ragtag group of comedians.
This is a pod. Yeah. Well, I mean, when I export this, I can do it twice, and I can export the audio only. But like, it's not as fun.
It'd be funny if you just had like a blurry still of someone's face from this video chat, and then had that and had the entire audio recording over that. Just food for thought.
I'll think about that when I edit this.
We'll tell our editors to figure out that.
We'll forward the message.
Yeah.
Chrissy, write that down.
Me, the editor. I'll write it down.
No, we have 16 editors working on this show. They work around the clock.
Our writer's room is stacked.
Yeah, literally it's stacked. It's horrible working conditions. They're on top of each other. It's basically a closet that we fit 16 people in. We share 4 computers.
Oh god. Not to change the subject from this, but I have an idea for a joke that came to me yesterday because I was talking to somebody about how little vagina having TMI for a second. Whenever you have a problem, you like Google it, right? And Cosmo will automatically have an article, and it's like, it could be anything. It could be like, why I have a purple vagina. 10 women talk about why I have a purple vagina. And like, you can always rely on Cosmo to answer any of your niche questions.
Can they tell me why I'm alone?
No, it's for vagina havers only.
Sorry, Matt.
Well, here's the big moment.
They're always like, communication is key, and align your birth charts, and then put some lotion on it. And it's like the weirdest remedies for all of these really niche problems. But yeah, I was thinking about that yesterday because
talk it out and apply lotion.
I was like Googling stuff, and
that's life advice.
Cosmo had my back for every single thing I looked up.
They always do. But they also always make me feel just a little bit bad about some habit that I have.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, there was this one, this was not one day. This was like 2 days ago. 2 days ago, I was looking up a problem that I'm having. And the only 2 things that were coming up on Google that could be the reason why I'm having this vagina problem is menopause or pregnancy. And I was like, neither of those things apply to me. I don't know should I go now to the doctor? Because I'm not 50 plus and I'm not with men. Neither of these things apply to me.
We'll get tagged in soon. Don't worry.
I know. I'm trying to think about what the fuck I know about Cosmopolitan.
What's up with vaginas?
Vaginas are actually kind of crazy.
I'm just trying to bit with you guys.
Maybe there's like a maybe there's a Cosmo for men.
Mm-hmm.
So what would it be called? Would it be Cosmo?
Miniclip.com.
Cosmen.
Be Wanda. That was stupid. Edit that out. Editors, one of our editors get that.
No. The Cosmopolitan for men, if there was an article about something that's wrong with your dick, the only words in the article would be, just look away and move on.
Literally.
Well, I was complaining to my friend about how if I have an issue, I don't know about it for like months. Like, and then it just gets to the absolute worst condition, and then I'm mad because it's the worst it could possibly be. If I just could see it, I would be able to pinpoint from the get-go that I had a problem. All I always have to do is just go, oh, fuck, I have herpes. If I have herpes, I don't know for 4 months. I don't know I have it.
Do you have herpes?
No, I don't. I don't have herpes.
She's like, and not saying that's the issue.
For those of you watching, this is a herpes support group. Thank you for tuning in. We're here to help.
Destigmatize herpes.
No, keep the stigma. It's gross.
It deserves the stigma.
Yeah.
Destigmatize.
You have it
motherfucker.
forever.
Oh God.
It's like passed down luggage. That's just gonna stay with you forever.
Oh,
And it's really heavy. Like that didn't really apply to herpes. That just applied to like
Herpes is heavy.
luggage.
comes in all kinds of patterns, super heavy. Carries
It's kind of like
herpes.
getting a free bedazzlement down there.
Jesus.
And on your face.
That's
your face, you get cold
destigmatizing. Well, we keeps the stigma.
Shit, yeah, I'm trying to normalize it right now. You're right. I'm trying to make it seem cool
Nothing
and trendy.
says genital sores like bedazzlement, like the chandelier.
Oh.
All right, Caroline Dunn.
She
was
has enough of that for
clearly-
her.
We were outing her, so
No, sorry. I forgot that like reloading the page wouldn't help my page go back. Like I didn't process that.
Can you see Max now?
Yeah, I can.
You can all see.
wait. So going back to these Cosmo articles,
Mm.
are they like WebMD at all?
No, yes and no, because the way that they're structured, it's like if I look up why I have a Charlie horse in my vag, I would look and I would get a Cosmo article that would said 10 women talk about a Charlie horse in their vag. And it would just be no doctors, no nothing, just 10 testimonials of people's experiences. And they range from, yikes, that hurt, to I found out I was having a baby 2 days later. Like they don't give me
So you're
any.
gonna fall somewhere in between them.
It's like it's nice to feel supported, but I still don't know why.
Well, WebMD, you go on with a headache, they tell you you're gonna be dead in 15 minutes.
That's true. I remember I had a sore on my gums, and then I had like an inflamed lymph node.
Speaking of herpes,
Yeah, I had an inflamed lymph node. I went on WebMD, and it was like 100%. You have mouth cancer. I hate fucking break this to you.
No, because it
And
gives you
you-
like a list in like descending
it's
order
like-
of how likely it is.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's like the flu, common cold, bird flu, cancer. Like
it's
Yeah.
like a
sounds like
maze,
cancer.
but the finish will always lead to cancer. That's
Yeah.
WebMD.
Because WebMD at the end they're just like, I don't know, cancer?
So like
I just sneezed 5 times in a row. Is that okay? Go sign your will.
Yeah.
you're
No, the worst is when you just put the symptoms right into Google. But then it just comes up with just like a picture of some middle-aged guy like writhing in pain. Like even if you put like the smallest symptoms. Like I did for like my first stand-up bit, I did a joke about like ALS. And like it was because like,
Always a good intro bit.
yeah. But
Lou Gehrig's disease.
yeah. But I got that. It was like because freshman year I started getting like muscle spasms, and I looked that up and right into Google. And it's like, so why am I having muscle spasms? It's like you have a year to live. You have debilitating muscle atrophy.
And you have to retire from Major League Baseball.
Yes.
oh god.
Wow.
Cosmopolitan always tries to be like quirky though. It's like, let's whip and nay these herpes out of here. Like it's so stupid. Like WebMD's like you're gonna die, and it's like Cosmopolitan's like, oh, you're gonna die.
Cosmo softens the blow.
Cosmo 100% softens the blow.
They also do a lot of like Sex in the City gifs at the end.
Oh, yes.
Throughout the article to make it feel a little more relatable.
Oh god.
Speaking of medical issues,
Yeah, more.
want to hear about one? No, this isn't like okay. Fun fact: I have stitches across my entire finger right now.
Stitches.
Like stitches, like stitches by Shawn Mendes stitches, like
Wow.
real ones.
Those are emotional stitches.
exactly that's what I'm saying. The band-aids for symbolism.
Wait, what happened?
I was slicing through a bagel at 1 a.m. Not carefully, like holding the bagel in my hand and just
Say no more.
And I just went, fuck, 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 fuck. And neither of my parents would answer my phone call, and my roommate was in the shower, and there was a lot of blood, and so I used like a whole roll of paper towels. That's a lie. That's an exaggeration, but I used a lot of paper towels. And then I thought it was fine, and then I went to a patient first, and they were like, it's deep. And I was like,
and they were like, we just checked WebMD. You have cancer.
I can see him typing my symptoms in, and he just has WebMD up, not an actual like.
Doctors do that. That's like they don't use WebMD, but like if they don't know something, they just look that shit up.
They like have a group chat with all the other doctors.
No, literally.
Yeah.
When I interned at a hospital, the doctor like he was like, man, I don't know what's up with this bitch, man. And then he like looks in his little handbook. And he's like, fuck, it could be this.
Let me just go to medical school again.
Like literally, as I was speaking, my grandma texted me and said, "Heard you cut your hand and needed 5 stitches. Not a good thing. I am going to try to find a bagel slicer and send it to you. It's wooden." It's always.
Did you read like that?
Can't handle
No punctuation in that text.
You just read that.
That
so
is a running
perfectly.
train. Get off the tracks.
That's how I read all her texts in my head because there's no punctuation.
Does anyone else's grandma use like a shit ton of emojis? It's just like, heard your boyfriend just broke up with you, laughing face, laughing face. But she thinks he's crying.
My grandma, when I got rejected from my #1 college, she sent me back like, so sorry to hear that. But she sent the wrong crying emoji. She sent the one where you're laughing while you're crying.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck you, grandma. We can't all be as cool as you.
My mom, for the longest time, would use the sexy smirky face.
Oh god.
Like she would be like going to the grocery store and need anything.
What are you insinuating?
And I so many times tried to have a talk with her. I was like, you can't use that. It's not right. It makes me feel weird.
I've literally had the same talk with my mom and she still does it. She sends me like the emoji. And I'm like,
she's like, got your doctor's appointment ready. Like,
yeah. What is this, Back to the Future?
Trying to say,
Stay away from me.
My grandma just had it wasn't a heart attack, but it was something like it. I don't know. It was really spooky.
She stubbed her toe.
What?
She just stubbed her toe. She's fine.
Herpes.
Yeah.
But she had to stay at the hospital for like 2 weeks. But I texted her and I was like, hey, how's it going? You know, like, how are you doing? And she's like, they don't have any burgers here. She's like, they're not letting me have tuna fish. She's like, this sucks.
Ladies and gentlemen of America.
I'm like, what about your heart? Not about what they're feeding you.
American healthcare burgers.
I'm like, you just had a heart attack. Why would you be allowed to have a burger?
That's literally the only diet they know from living through like the Vietnam War and shit like that. It's just red meat and potatoes.
Red meat, potatoes, and cigarettes.
Yes.
The American diet.
Literally.
Diet Coke.
Or a big pipe. My grandpa smoked a pipe.
That's so baller.
It's kind of sick.
My dad just
But then he got
decided to mow
Alzheimer's,
the entire
so he had a pipe and he
tri-state
couldn't
area.
Remember my name.
Sorry, what?
Why did you just dance that one off, Caroline?
You're like,
your grandma can't remember your name.
These are like my therapy sessions. They're things I need to talk about.
Oh my god.
this isn't a podcast for you. It's a podcast for us.
Literally
Do this
for
for
me.
each other.
Sorry, Riley. My
I
trauma
was
spoke
just about
over
to
you.
say some dumb like
like
my
the
dad
movie
just
Inside
decided
Out.
to like mow like the tri-state area. So if you guys like want me to go like throw a wrench like into his tractor, like I'm willing to do that at any given moment.
I
Is it
wasn't
really on a
like,
tractor?
who's lawn mowing, but you answered the question.
So it'd be the daddy-o. He's got to do something. I mean, what else is he good for? Fix the washer, dryer, mow the lawn.
That's a full day.
Have racist tendencies. Full day. He's booked.
Oh my god.
Let me just pencil that in. Be racist. 4 p.m.
It's like, be racist. Look at the lawn. yell at someone.
Take a long sip of beer and a long cigarette drag and say, to hell with all this.
Like that, we're at dinner.
I remember one time my dad opened the fridge and said, "There's no eggs. Fuck all of you." And I was like,
just a touch aggressive there, Dad.
But you didn't have to have us. You gotta have the eggs.
I envy dads for their raw emotions. Like, okay, he's coming by my window now. Fuck you. But like, anyways, I envy them for like their raw emotions. Just like, because I feel that rage too. Like when I look in the fridge and there's like something that like I'm looking for, it's not there. But like I just don't verbalize it. They just have the audacity and then just the what is that? The wherewithal. They just do it. I love it. The thought process.
They have the gumption.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good word. Good word.
My dad is like the absolute king of this is gross, but like the man can't control his bodily functions to save his life. Like we'll be at like a nice dinner just farting. We'll be like having a nice conversation just farting.
Once
like,
you have a kid, you have IBS, like as a man. Like every dad has IBS. Like it's just look at that one up on WebMD.
Wife had child.
No, you're gonna die.
My wife pushed out a whole human, but I have a stomach problem. You like it gets. I told him because, you know, being here all semester, I was like, listen, like, we're not going to be spending a lot of time together. But when I see you, I don't want you to fart at me. Like, I want you to talk to me. And then we'll be having a nice conversation. He's like, 1 second.
Do not fart at me.
Bye. I'm like, I'm leaving.
Oh, my God. My dog is really elderly now. He's 13. He's a big guy, 100-pound golden retriever. But in this past year, he's just started absolutely farting 24/7. But it's funny because his name is Butters. So it's like you hear a fart, you smell it, and we're all like, Butters. Like,
is this a sitcom from the 50s?
Yeah, literally.
It's literally what it sounds like.
That like happened with my dog, right? But oh no, this isn't good context. Right before my dog had to be put down.
Here's where the jokes are coming, guys.
I'm like, my mom did this the other day. You're like, that happened to my mom before she passed away.
My dog, my dog had to be put down a while ago, but before he did, that's all he did was smell.
But I'm sure
horrible smells. He smelled so bad, and we were all like, Benji, please. And then it was time. The doctor was like, they were like, we don't know how he was able to get around your house. He's fully blind. And like we would make fun of him. We were like, ha, the dog walked into a wall. He's so silly.
The dog was like, laugh at my pain. I know I smell like shit too.
That like 15 minutes before he went, she was like, yo, he's blind. Like, we don't know how he made it this far. And we were always like, Benji, get up the stairs, you fat shit.
Piece of shit. You're fucking heckling your dog.
And he like just couldn't see the stairs. It was really.
My dog is deaf, but every now and then she like hears sudden things. Like she'll be dead asleep, and then all of a sudden she'll be like, "Whoa!" And I'll be like,
"It's her thoughts."
You feel all right? But then as I talk to her, she walks away because she can't hear me.
Wait, how do you like communicate things to her? Do you,
I clap. Okay. He said yes.
What the fuck?
I can hear the clap.
Loud, sudden noises apparently work.
Well, does she like sit and stuff? Like, does she know like what? Are there any other commands? Or
now you're getting into sensitive material.
Okay, sorry.
No, I guess not. That's it.
I don't even have a dog. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I do. It just takes a lot to corral her because, like I said, she's deaf. So it's a lot of highfalutin vocal or visual cues. We yell at her to come and like sit, but for what? She can't hear. It's a lost cause.
Aw,
Oh,
sad.
that's so tender yet so sad.
But before we found out, like medically, that she was deaf. Excuse me, I'm getting a call. I'll get back to you. Sorry, this is my other podcast.
Are we gonna hear? Or
Yeah, hold on. Okay. As I was saying, before we found out medically that she was deaf, it just made it seem like she wasn't caring about any of us, and we all kind of felt like we're like, does she love us anymore? Because we'd say like we'd start talking to her, and she would just look the other way, and then maybe start to walk away, and we'd be like, did I say something? And then we took her to the doctor, and he was like, yeah, she's deaf. And we were like, oh, yeah. That check.
It all makes sense now.
Anyone else have a dog with problems?
I'm pretty
Mine
sure
has
my
a
dog.
sweater on.
Oh,
Oh, bring it out.
That's an issue. That's an
Bring
issue.
it out.
Wait, fuck. He's actually sitting right here. Wait, is this like our first special guest? How do I turn this bitch around? He's just sitting on my bed. Yo, vibes. Look at that sweater. Benedict Cumberbatch looking ass. He's just like, I can't show you anymore because it's just a pile of depression clothes that I pick my outfits from every morning. No more sneak peeks.
That's our first special guest, Riley's dog.
Woo! His name's Frisco, which is like, it's the name of a place. We went there on vacation before we got him, and then we were like, oh my god, we're white. We should name him that. So
We're white.
I named my dog after, or I didn't name him. My mom named our dog after Ben Platt. That's why his name was Benji.
Wow.
Oh wait, that's so cute.
Oh, I didn't think the Benji dog movies. I thought that's what it was.
No, and then when we saw those, my dad screenshotted it and was like, he's famous. Why don't we get royalties? And
That's such a dad thing to say. My dad claims that he had the original idea for Netflix like twice a week.
Dads always do that. They see something on TV and they're like, I thought
I
it
thought
like
of
10
that
years ago.
like that Big Mouth episode with that dad who's like, did you tell your friends about my idea? Did you tell them about my idea? This is intellectual stolen property.
One year for my school science fair, I made this thing where it was like a shower loofah, the one with the handle, but it dispensed sunscreen for your back for like the
What
beach.
the fuck?
It's a genius
made
idea.
that?
Don't get me wrong. It was probably the best thing there. I didn't win, of course.
Just slap it.
Wait, like you built that?
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
it was sick. And then, like, I remember, like, afterwards, I was looking in like a Sharper Image catalog with my dad, and that same thing was in there.
Oh no.
And my dad was like, I'm calling him. I'm showing him your science fair project. We're getting money, royalties. You are going to be rich.
Wow.
And I was like, Dad, I could give a half of a fuck right now.
All I wanted was the science fair win.
No, see, like that's like unique though, and like cool. Like dads always claim like the stupidest shit. Like my dad, he claimed he made the SpaghettiOs with the hot dogs in it before it was a thing. I invented that. They found it and they took it from me, and I've gotten a dime to this day. At least like that loofah thing, like has never been like, I don't know. It's like really unique.
We put
I
hot
think.
dogs and SpaghettiOs. I think that's the bigger question.
I know.
I've done
First
that.
of all, why was he doing that? And then second of all, who had the same idea and then capitalized off of it?
Chef Boyardee.
Oh yeah.
The
So those
ultimate
commercials
Italian
with
icon.
the can that was rolling down the street.
Oh,
I remember
Yeah, I thought that was all nifty and fun until I opened up a can of Chef Boyardee and saw what was inside.
Ooh.
And I was like, these commercials are propaganda for a good food product.
I saw a TikTok of it was that commercial, but it was a Puff Bar, and it was like rolling throughout college campuses and stuff, and then it like finally like comes up to this random girl. It's funny because they're clearly like pushing it because like it just slides. Like
It's not circular.
It doesn't keep rolling. And like they would like put it like up the stairs. They'd be like,
That's so funny.
this is going back to the science fair. I have to share this because I was really still am. Science isn't my thing. Basic concepts, I didn't get them. My 7th grade science project, I was like, ooh, what if a dog's fur color like changes its temperature?
How is that a thing you make?
They're warm-blooded animals. I learned that in like elementary school. But I did the entire project. I went, but the thing is, it wasn't even a valid project because to take their internal temperature, I'd have to stick a thermometer up their butts. I obviously didn't do that. So what I did is I took a thermometer and just like held it against.
I think the teacher that let you do that should be put in federal prison. Like the idea
How
of
did
it.
they? Yeah, didn't you like say the idea to your teacher?
Yeah,
Like before you
yes,
She had to
did it?
go with me through
yes,
every step of the project. I think she tried. I'm sure she tried to hint at me that like it wasn't a valid experiment for many reasons.
So funny.
But like I did it. I went to multiple neighbors' houses and explained my project to them.
Oh my god!
And then
No
I was
one
like,
stopped
can I measure
you?
their temperature? Can I get their temperature? And they were
And they're like, you're not going to shove that thermometer up my dog's ass, are you? No, I'm just going to do the experiment completely wrong.
I was like, no, I'm gonna hold it against their skin.
And they're like, that's fine with me.
But also, like, it wouldn't pick up like a temperature, so I literally just made up all the numbers.
Well, what do they all
Caroline's
become the
science
same?
teacher. If you're watching this, fraud. She's a phony. Get her. Revoke her grades, Caroline.
Yeah.
You have to drop out of Muhlenberg right now. Nothing adds up anymore.
Oh my god! How did I get in here?
That's literally like almost as no. That's as bad as like Duplant sneeze from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Like
Jesus.
Roger, you remember that?
Yes.
As bad.
Just like this completely factually incorrect. In every
No
way
one stopped
possible.
you.
Dude.
My friends
So, like, what numbers did you make up? Did you say one of the dogs was like 125?
Like you put this dog down.
No, I did from like I did like 70 to 80 degrees.
You're just like, what the fuck? Dog is 70 degrees?
Like these are corpses. She's like, these are fucking Caroline. Where did you get these tests? These are
Where's the
corpses.
data? It's not conclusive of a
I
living
haven't
animal.
thought about that in so long until Max mentioned the science fair, and now
Oh
I'm
my
like
God.
actually so embarrassed.
That's so
We're
fucking
just digging
funny.
up dark memories.
God, our second special
Oh.
guest, Dr. Caroline John.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
Anyone can become a podiatrist or a chiropractor. So, Caroline,
Take it up.
The thing is, do you want to become a podiatrist?
it
No.
pays well.
It's
I have to go to the podiatrist this week to get toe surgery, though. It
Seriously?
hasn't been my week. It really hasn't.
Ingrown nail?
It has not been your week for phalanges.
No.
The guy that used to be my mom's podiatrist told me that he originally really wanted to be a dentist, but then all of his friends were being podiatrists, and he was like, "Well, I want to be with my friends." So he
That's so
dropped out
cool.
of dental school to go to podiatry school.
Did he think they were all going to open a practice together or something and like stay a
You can only
squad
hope.
forever?
That's a sitcom idea.
Oh my god.
I would love to see him tell his dentist parents, and he said, "Mom, Dad, I want to be a podiatrist." They're like, "We've been dentists in this family for generations.
Since teeth were invented.
Yeah, you and your silly dreams of podiatry."
Do you have to go to medical school to be a podiatrist?
Yes.
Yeah.
Podiatry school.
You don't have to be a medical doctor to be a chiropractor.
Really?
No.
You just have to shove your elbow into a lower back and move it
it's like a homeopathic medicine, so like chiropractors don't have to.
Oh.
I'm trying to think of, like acupuncturists. That's a whole other thing.
Well, I figured acupuncture, but I figured chiropractic because those are bones.
The mass.
And you're like touching people and like
No, a
rearranging
spinal
their shit.
doctor is for the bone. Chiropractor's for the muscle.
Yeah, all chiropractors, they get like a master's of chiropractic, and then that's all they do.
Which they
comes
just
on a
get
piece
like
of loose leaf paper.
they buy a white house and put a sign outside of it, and boom, you're a chiropractor.
That is
wow, that really is every
right there.
That is so true.
It's literally every chiropractor.
And
then they know your
you have to go
dad
to
somehow.
podiatry school. Like anyone can get in.
Yes.
Is it like it's like a dental school though, right? It's like
University of Arizona. You hit apply and you're in.
Yeah, really.
It's like Muhlenberg.
Ah!
Whoa. Whoa, too far.
Hey, I worked my ass off to get into this school.
Science project. You should say nothing.
Well, wait, Max, reeling it back.
Like, wait, are you that kid who invented the loofah that puts sunscreen on your back? You're fucking.
I don't want to brag. My dad also invented Netflix. My net worth is about $400 billion.
Hypothetically, if we patented them.
If we weren't so lazy.
Max, what was your top school? When your grandma told you didn't get into your top school, what was the top school?
It was a BFA. I think it was NYU. It was my top school.
What are you getting a BFA in? Theater?
Having no job after college.
Big fat ass.
That too.
God.
Kanye West always said, I've always had a PhD. A pretty huge dick. Zing! Now he's the president.
Kanye's the president.
So you guys are saying Muhlenberg wasn't your top school?
Muhlenberg was my top school. Also,
might have been.
I had nowhere else to win.
Muhlenberg was my top school if you completely reverse the list. I'm kidding.
I just didn't know what I wanted. I thought I wanted to do BFA acting, and now I like dislike acting, so I'm glad that didn't work out.
That's what Muhlenberg will do to you. You'll come in, you're like, I want to be a theater major, and then you will graduate a MediaCom major.
That's true.
I could honestly just do another semester and rack up that MediaCom major. Just level up.
I'm a quadruple major.
Gee. I went to Muhlenberg because when you look up good pre-med schools, Muhlenberg's like pretty actually high up there, and I didn't know that until I got here, and then everybody was like stabbing each other in the back and being a bunch of pieces of shit, so I was like, that's why this is a good pre-med school.
Not the shameless plug
I didn't even think we had like that. I know we don't have like education and shit like that. Like we have like programs for it, but we have like a good pre-med program. This is news to me.
Yeah.
It's not even the thing is that they advertise it's like it's not a program. It's a lady that sits downstairs in Seegers who you meet with once a semester who tells you you're worthless, and then and then she tells you that she's had no kids accepted into medical school this semester, and then you're supposed to just feel good.
And then you're supposed to go to podiatry school.
Does it work?
Chiropractic school. It sucks. Also, like the science classes at Muhlenberg don't like anyone who's not. Muhlenberg science classes, they don't like to talk about anything. Like the other day we were talking about like babies that have 3 parents. We were learning about like different DNAs.
Like surrogates?
No, like because you have like a mom and a dad, obviously, and they have a sperm and the egg, but the mitochondrial DNA is like a whole separate thing, and that can come from another person. So they're talking about babies that have 3 genetic parents, even though the mitochondrial DNA really doesn't have a lot of like.
How did we get here?
Where the hell? What does that come from? Who put that in where?
It's a thing.
Oh Lord.
I'm just waiting for the edit of this video to be like, mitochondria is the powerhouse.
I have a test tomorrow. So this is great.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, besides the point, my professor was like, why do you think people would want to do this? and this girl in my class was like, I don't know, lesbians?
What?
And your teacher was like, A+.
And I was sitting there and I was like, I guess. I was like, you don't even have to do that. That's way too complicated.
You were like, on behalf.
Something. Oh my God. Like they're not good at accepting any kind of diversity. They're not good at talking about anything that's not, the straight white man. Yeah. Muhlenberg Science Department,
it's very much state school vibes. Any kind of science math department is very much state school, of any kind. Like, it's just the entire lacrosse team, and then just like those people who don't know why they chose Muhlenberg.
There's like no gay people, no people of color. So like if I walk into a class and I have anything eccentric outfit wise on, everybody looks at me like I just fucking lit the room on fire. And I'm like, yeah.
You came in an Antifa shirt.
I love it.
I came in an Antifa
with a torch in your hand.
I came in with a torch and Antifa on my head, and everybody was like, that's where the Republicans are at Muhlenberg. If you don't want to find the Republicans, go to the math, physics, and science department. That's where that's where they're hiding.
Yeah.
Don't forget business.
Econ.
Yeah, economics. I guess, is that math? I don't fucking know.
Yes. Econ is math. Well, it is a major, but I have a
More you know.
Econ.
I love that thing that people are doing where they're like telling like their like finance bro friends that like, why don't we just print more money and stuff like that.
Print more money. Okay.
I was on a FaceTime call with my really annoying friend the other day. One of those people where like you stay in contact with because you've been friends a long time, but then you're like, why? And I wanted to like go make dinner and stuff, but he like wasn't letting me like go. And so I was like, hey, can you explain the stock market to me? And I literally like just turned my phone volume down, put myself on mute, and like went to the kitchen. And I came back. No, he didn't. Nothing. If anything, he was still going.
It's a genius move.
That is literally, I don't mean to generalize, but like most men, I'm like, my dad like just talks to me and I'm like, Dad, like what football team is like footballing? And then I don't have to pay attention for 2 hours.
What football team is footballing?
You do a Jedi mind trick on him.
Oh God, what football team is footballing?
What football
Dad,
team is
your
football?
thoughts on football?
Name of the episode? What football team is footballing?
Didn't LeBron just like do something?
He just won the 4th NBA championship.
The Lakers? Amen.
Go the Lake Show, baby. It's a big deal.
I asked my dad what he thought about LeBron James getting his 4th ring, right?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah,
your dad's a Republican, right?
He was like, he's like, I don't care about what that sellout to China does.
I don't know. That's the opinion of a clear Michael Jordan fan.
He does like Michael Jordan.
That's something an MJ fan would say.
You need to write down what your dad says because I think that it's just too good not to waste.
I really should.
In the moment, it's not funny at all, though. Like, when dads say Republican shit, it's like, man, like, I cannot believe I came out of you. But then, like, telling it to your friends later, it's like, haha, get a load of this walking meme. Like, you know what I mean? But it's like, they actually do.
My dad is so funny.
I just realized I didn't know what LeBron James looked like. I really didn't.
What?
Really?
I get them
He's
all
one of the top
confused.
5 most famous people on earth.
I know what Kobe looks like now because, but
no one laugh. I don't care.
This is tragic. That's horrible.
Oh my God, like a month after, this is sad, a little sad, but it gets funny, I promise. About a month after his death, I was driving and someone had a license plate that was Rip Kobe. And I was like, how did the DMV get that so fast?
That was quick.
Like, that was quick. That was a quick turnover.
That's good, though.
Oh, that's
Impressive.
That's
I
weird.
guess.
That's weird.
As resident Vanity Plates ambassador, Max Wiener, I can say that's a big time flex. The best feeling in the world is when people pull behind me at a stoplight and I'll look in my rear view and I'll see them speak my license plate and then just chuckle like once or twice.
What's your license plate?
Too creamy.
Jesus.
Whoa, that's so gross.
What does that mean?
There's no meaning.
All right, good. I like that.
It's whatever you want it to mean.
It's a striking combination of number and word.
Ew.
Even better that I got it for Hanukkah. I also love it when people like approach me. I've like had people approach me at parties and be like, "Wait, you're too creamy?"
Wow.
And I'm like, "Yeah."
How did they
I'm
know?
Like I'm Batman.
Max, how did they know?
Say you're too creamy, and then you
It's
say
on my Instagram. I openly put my license plates on my Instagram, so now it's probably a bad idea, but clout is better than safety.
Have you ever diffused any road rages? Like someone was getting ready to kick your ass because you cut them off. They read your license plate and they're like, "Okay, this I'll let it slide." I got cut off
That
by
ever
too creamy.
happens? Yeah, that is too.
That's an honor.
That's
No, I think people just get annoyed if they saw that someone with that idiotic of license plates thinks that they're a
That's
menace
true.
on the road.
It probably
I should
doubles
be
your
driving a
chance of being
Nissan
shot.
Cube. I should be driving like a loser car.
Kia Soul.
Yeah, the
Kia
hamster
Soul.
mobile. It'd be so much funnier if I was driving a Kia Soul or a Nissan Cube and had too creamy on it. Then I would win. I would win.
You'd be the ultimate winner.
I would win. I'm sorry. I would win.
Oh, I want a Nissan
Or-
Cube so bad.
I think in third in that place is like a little smart car.
Fuck the smart car.
God.
No
Like
trunk
imagine
space.
seeing
I
that
sound
little,
like my
that
dad.
little
I
toy
sound like
car
my
on
dad.
the road and it's
No
so
trunk space.
creamy.
This tiny little thing that two of them could fit on one lane of highway if they rode side by side.
Those things are so scary.
I would be so afraid. If you get rear-ended, you're
You
dead.
have no safety. No,
You're
yeah,
dead.
it's so scary.
Good night. Unless the car jumps, you're dead.
I feel like maybe it turns into like a hamster ball and just rolls.
Like the ship
Humans
we
can
are
physically
doing.
move small cars by themselves. That's how small they are.
That's like
If
what people think Teslas do. Like what you guys are saying. Like everyone's like, Tesla, it makes my breakfast and drives me there and then turns into a ball and jumps around. Like
Oh my
One
gosh.
time I was
Anyone
at a
in real life,
Tesla
though?
dealership. One time I was at a Tesla dealership and some guy was like sitting in the car trying out the computer, and I shit you not, was on Pornhub in the middle of a Tesla dealership
wow,
with
King.
his significant other watching porn, just going like, "Yeah, there's good room in here, good trunk space."
No, you're
I'm like, someone's getting rammed on the screen.
bro. Don't watch. Wait till you get home. I think
I just wish that I was that rich that you just buy a car specifically for porn. Like my porn car. We watch porn in that one.
This is my Netflix car. This is my porn car. This
And my
is
dad invented Netflix, so
Whoa. Netflix
you owe me,
TM.
you owe me $2.50 for saying the name. Sorry.
My
just
friend
for-
one time, she was like, "Oh, my mom's coming to visit, but she's taking her gym car," and I was like, "Her
The
what?"
Did
And
you
she was
punch
like,
It's
them?
like an Audi A7.
She was like, her gym car," and I was like, she's like, "Yeah, like the car she just takes to the gym," and I was like,
Isn't it like
"This is
kind of,
Muhlenberg."
isn't it so weird when you like meet somebody, right? You like meet somebody and you're like, they're like me, the middle class, and then because this is the middle class, right? And then you go to their house and they have like 4 Lincolns and their house is like beautiful. And they have like 6 fridges, and you're like, this isn't the middle class.
6 fridges.
You just shop at Forever 21.
I can't decide if I like those kind of rich people who like outwardly they don't look rich and then they are, or the ones that like look super super rich. They know they're rich and that's all they talk about.
They freak me out. I think it's
just people who think that their normal is like everyone else is normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, I wear Forever 21 and I wear Skechers, but I do have a savings bond.
My dad
have a
invented
butler.
And your dad invented Netflix.
Been hiding that secret my whole life.
Oh my god. That's definitely weird. That's weird when people come up with that. You like go to their house and they're like, yeah, here's my dad driving an Audi. And I'm like,
here are my dad's several offshore bank accounts. And here's our purebred dog. I haven't done laundry my entire life. I am 30. Like, why though? You can't throw like a Tide Pod in some water and press a button?
That's a great job to have, though. Just come do laundry, wait for it to be done, fold it,
chill out.
leave. It's a
Get
good
paid
gig.
$3 an hour.
That's what Rachel
Yeah.
does. Where's Rachel? That's what Rachel literally does. She does laundry for her family down the street.
Queen.
You don't remember that?
I thought she was like she cleaned the whole house.
Oh, I thought she just did the laundry.
Oh,
One
maybe
kid?
I misinterpreted.
All right.
Gotta work on your sit lore.
My sit lore.
Shall we wrap this bad boy up?
Yes, go to podiatry school.
Mm.
And Max's dad invented Netflix.
All right. I don't want to have
Max's
to bring it up.
dad.
Why the fuck did your dad take Psych off Netflix? Why did he take Monk off Netflix? What the fuck was he
I'll let
thinking?
him. I will let him know the complaints.
I've sent him
Yeah,
about
apparently
96
Glee-
emails.
Apparently, Glee is leaving
Yeah.
next year, and I was planning on watching that for the 3rd time. So that's a
Tomorrow
little
we're
rude.
putting the movie Ant Bully on Netflix.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
will.
okay. Forgiven.
Yes.
Thanks, Max's dad. All right, let's stop this.
Thanks, Dad's Max.
That's weird.